Good morning. Hello. How are you doing? It's Saturday morning here, and I thought I would just pick the camera up this weekend, see where it takes us. I don't know about you, but I'm quite nosy. I quite like to see what other people get up to of a weekend, how they spend their time, what sort of things they do. And we've got no specific plans this weekend. I've got no obligations, nowhere I absolutely have to be by a certain time, a certain place. And I quite like that. I quite like when I look at my calendar and realise that there's nothing specific in there. But that doesn't mean to say that I don't have a ton to do. My initial plan this morning is I'm going to head out into the garden. It needs the massive clean up. It needs, as I would say, to be put to bed for the winter. One of my favourite YouTube channels is Garden Answer. Love Laura, love the family. And this week Laura was talking about the pros and cons of tidying your garden up in the autumn as opposed to waiting until the spring. And last year, for various reasons, we just waited until the spring, and oh my goodness, I so wish I hadn't. It was such a clean up job in the spring. And yeah, go and check her video out and see what she has to say about the pros and cons. But yeah, this year I definitely want to get it done in the autumn as much as possible. I just felt so demoralised in the kind of late February, March. It just felt like such a mountain to climb rather than just waiting to see that spring growth. I was kind of thinking, oh, but before I get to that, I've got to clean everything up and clear all the pots out. So definitely I want to get out there today and get all that done. My outdoor table still has the chairs tuck underneath it and the seat cushions all just stay out there all summer. It's got a top on it which prevents the water from getting through, but in the winter I have to bring them all in and put them away, store them away. Big garden clean up to do, and then after that we'll just see where the weekend takes us. So just before we head outside, I just wanted to let you see this plant here that we have brought in to try and overwinter. I think it's a Canna tropicana. I've seen it sometimes called a banana plant, but I'm not sure that it is a banana plant. I think it's a canna. Anyway, our garden outside is kind of tropical inspired. A challenge in Scotland, but yeah, probably inspired by our travels. We like that kind of lush tropical look. And so we've tried to find plants that give it that, and it can be done even in the Scottish climate. But clearly there's a lot of things that won't survive the winter. And I've had these plants in the past and I've just kind of let them go at the end of the summer and then maybe bought one the next year, maybe not. But this one, I thought it was still in pretty good shape at the end of the summer. Sometimes they get really battered by the rain and the leaves get torn, but it was still in reasonable shape. And I just thought, I wonder if we could overwinter it. So I decided to bring it inside. And it's just going nuts. I mean, obviously the warmth in here is exactly what it needs as a kind of tropical plant. It's going absolutely nuts. Let you see it up close. So here it is here. It's just going nuts. I mean, every time I look at it, it feels like it's got bigger. These beautiful leaves that are coming out of the centre, everything is just so pristine because it's indoors and it's not being affected by the weather. Some of the ones round the bottom are a little bit torn and battered from the rain and stuff, but these middle ones are just beautiful. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I was thinking maybe about taking it down to my dad's house because he's got a kind of conservatory sunroom on the back and he just doesn't use it. So I could just, maybe pop it in there for the winter, but that room isn't always fully heated. So I'm just not quite sure if it would work. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's right up against the door. We don't use the door much in the winter, but it's just absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd give you a little tour of the garden as it is just now. Probably try and cut in some photos of how it looks in the summer out past the triffid here. But yeah, it just all starts to look a bit sad at this time of the year. But yeah, as I say, I'll cut some photos in here of how it looks in the summer. You'll see that we don't get much sun in the garden at all now. The sun is just too low. A little bit at the end there. Oops, just sliding on some ice there. Yeah, it looks quite pretty down here still, even at this time of the year. But yeah, that table and chairs will need to come in over the winter. And the maples have all lost all their leaves now. Again, I'll try and cut some photos in here of just how they look. Fern is still huge. Hostas over here, these plants, the pots all need cleaned out. Taking Laura's tip from Garden Answer, hostas are one of the things that it's non-negotiable. You really do have to clean those out at this time of the year. So yeah, they're more than ready. The difference is in the ferns that we have. So this fern here is all completely collapsed and totally ready to be cut back. But then if I just move back, these ferns, so this one here is obviously a different kind, different species. It's completely dead, but these ones here are still really, really green. So I'll probably leave the ones that are green, get out all the ones that are brown, and those can just be sort of pottering jobs throughout the rest of the autumn and the winter to pop out and get the rest. This grass that we've got in here, quite like to leave that because it will turn a beautiful shade of bronze, so I might leave that, don't know, we'll see. There are pots under here. These geraniums all need to come out. The planting at the back there has all collapsed, so it all needs to come out. These pots along here, they all had beautiful geraniums in them. Again, I'll try and cut some photos, find some photos of them in their prime, but they all need to come out. Some beds need to be stacked somewhere. And then moving down this way, we do love the bamboo because it creates that tropical feel, but oh, it drives me nuts with the dropping all the leaves. But yeah, we'll get them up. And then as we move down here, it's all just looking really overgrown. These are all pots under here. These all need to be cleaned out. Beautiful grasses, which the colour is gorgeous, but this is the sort of thing that I left last year for so-called winter interest. But then by the time it had been snowed on and rained on, it was just all a big mushy mess. So it's coming out today. And then these behind, the names just escaped me. But yeah, we lost all of these last year. We're borderline here. Sometimes they will be fine throughout the winter and they will survive, and sometimes occasionally they won't. And we had a couple, these ones are new this year, in pots. There's one down there as well. But interestingly, talking to lots of other people, family, friends, they lost all theirs last year. So it must just be the conditions last year. And then in the corner here, we had a beautiful palm that we lost as well, just completely dead. So we need to get the trunk taken out there. But that's the thing with gardening, you just can't be sure that that you're going to keep it. I'm just being super careful here. There's ice. I didn't realise this. We had a real frost last night. There's ice here, so I'm just being very, very careful. And down here, whoops, I'm sliding. I'll need to get the salt out. There's a fern all needs to come out here, and my table, it has the chairs. It's a clever table, this. I absolutely love it. So the chairs all stack underneath, but you can see my cushions and things are all still there, so they all need to come out. And then all of this planting here has all just died back and it all needs to come out. So really got work cut out today. We've got an ongoing project on the upper part there. We're thinking about putting some more trees in here as extra screening. More on that maybe in a future video. Certainly film that as we go, but yeah, let me go and get some salt down on that ice and get on with it.
I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights, and I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you.
Now, I'm realising there are a couple of ways that you can do this job. You can do what I would call the quick and dirty method, which is just get around everything, get the pots cleared out, don't worry about the leaves that are all lying around, go back over and kind of finesse it all. Or you can move painstakingly through every section and clean it so that, you know, you've got rid of every single leaf and, you know, really sort of cleaned it up. I think I'm going to go for the quick and dirty, just move around the pots, you know, get as much done as I can, get as much out of the pots as I can, because then there's kind of the second layer of cleanup, which is really like all the leaves that are lying, you know, some of the things that I'm not quite decided if I'm going to take them out or not. So I think I'm going to move around and just take out everything that I know is definitely coming out. And yeah, it's going to look a lot messier before it looks tidier.
I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights, and I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on, and we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. When I'm with you, I'm not myself. You bring out the best in me, the side only you can see, and I don't need any other help than you standing by my side, if only for a while. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on, and we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights, and I'm going through change.
Okay, and I am going to call it a day for today. I have some back issues and my back is now screaming at me. I've probably well overdone it. Yeah, the forecast is nice again for tomorrow with absolutely no wind, which is great, especially when you're cleaning up leaves. Nothing worse than creating a pile and then you turn around and it's all blown everywhere. So yeah, hopefully you can get back out tomorrow and get the rest of it done, and I'll kind of show you hopefully the after, the nice cleaned up garden after that. So now I think I need to go out and pick up dinner, and got a few other bits to pick up. So yeah, I think I'm going to go and change and head out for the rest of the afternoon. it's now actually Monday. After the beautiful weather this weekend, the rain started last night before I could get a chance to get out here and let you see what we'd been up to, and it's just been absolutely relentless, pouring with rain. But it's stopped now, so I thought I would just come out and let you see what we managed to achieve in the big garden tidy up. So it's definitely looking a lot better. Still a lot of leaves on the ground, but all the hostas are all cut back. Dead fern up there. We've left the green ones there for now. We'll get those cut down once they go brown. This corner is definitely looking a lot tidier with all the leaves out, and cleared out all my planters, got rid of all the dead leaves lying here. And then this end, there's still a lot of leaves lying around, but everything is cut back. Oops, I need to move that. Got all the crocosmia cut down, which is always in here, and at the back there. Still need to get this trunk taken out, but we've got all of that taken down. I got the these wrapped. The name has escaped me. I'll put it on the screen. Got all the cordylines wrapped. It's a bit of an experiment for us this year because we lost them last year. So I've wrapped them in fleece. I've wrapped them underneath with some twine, not too harshly. Covered them in fleece, and then I've got a little plastic baggie on the top here to stop the water from seeping through here, because apparently that's the thing that rots them, is when water is allowed to sit inside. So we've done the same with this one up here. Yeah, I think that's what happened last year. The snow was allowed to sit in and it just rotted them. So got all the grasses cut down here. Got all these tubs cleaned out here as well. Got the fern cut back here. All the chair cushions have all been moved inside. It's not so beautiful looking over there today. Just shows you the difference a grey day makes. But yeah, feel like we're almost ready to say goodbye to the garden for the winter.
I've been